go-to natural venue roach mix, or mostly roach. I mean, obviously I've done a lot of river fishing in the past. I'm not doing so much canal fishing nowadays, but I love my river fishing. You know, going on the River Stour, on the Bristol Avon, and getting your mix right for those fish is really, really important. Not so much fish meal. Obviously, if you did draw a bream area, you'd probably take some F1 with you, but I'm going to show you my mix, or my go-to mix. Doesn't matter what river you're fishing. I could be fishing, you know, a fast-flowing river or a deep river like the River Stour, and this is my sort of go-to mix. A couple of bags, deep water. Now, deep water is a new mix we brought out. I think it was last year, possibly the year before. It's nice and fine. It's got a nice smell to it, but it gives it some weight. So when I'm fishing the River Stour, even though it's slow moving, you need something that's going to get your feed, because I'm putting hemp in there. I might put crushed hemp, pinkies, some casters, some chopped worm. I don't want it too fluffy because I might be balling it. So if you try and ball some ground bait in and it's not right, it's just going to explode in the air when you're throwing it. And that's what deep water does. It just makes it all stick together really nice, and it's heavy. Again, 1 kilo bag. You don't have to. I mean, I normally mix up 2 bags. So I would mix up this. So I'll tell you what I'll do. Let me get a 1 pint container. I'm not going to waste it. So 1 pint of that. Deep water in a bucket. The next ground bait is black roach. This ground bait was produced. It's got loads of coriander in it. If you've never smelt coriander, it is absolutely beautiful. I've been such a fan of coriander from back when I used to fish for England. I think for roach and pommies and small fish like that, I think it's great. It makes the ground bait active. This ground bait has got loads of hemp in it. It's not quite as heavy as deep water, and that's why I put this in. But if you're going to sort of a slow moving, shallow river, you could use just this straight out of the bag, but it's up to you. I've just fell in love with this mix. I think it just makes the perfect mix. So I'm going to put a pint of that in, like that. Overpowers everything, that coriander. It's lush. And then, for example, the last match I fished on the River Stour, I was told there was a few bream around in the area. Now, they don't always feed, and we all know that on natural venues like rivers and canals. They don't always feed, but I thought I need something in there where, in my mind, I'm positive about this ground bait. Now, I could have added some F1, but this river doesn't really see pellets or anything like that. So I went for the good old sweet skimmer, because there's just something about that for bream. Like going back on one of my previous mixes about the Gloucester Canal, you know, natural venues like that. Sweet skimmer, loads and loads of anglers have caught many, many bream and skimmer now using sweet skimmer. So I'm not going to put any in that mix, but it's an option if you wanted to, if you thought you'd be on a bit of a skimmer area. And I don't think it affects the roach fishing anyway. Now again, so that's 2 pints of ground bait. I'm going to put half a pint of water in. Now, that's what's amazing about all these mixes I've spoke about to you so far, is how easy they are to mix up. Now, one thing I would add to this, depending on the conditions of the river, is I would probably add some mole oil, which I just get off the bank, or I'd buy some soil. So just bear that in mind, because that again helps it stick together. Depends on how you want it, but what you don't do is just don't, all the mixes I've showed you, don't add too much water. If you're a bit worried, add a little bit less water, see what it comes out like, and then add a little bit more. What you don't want to do is add too much, ruin your ground bait, and it just costs you time when you need to be setting up on the bank. Now straight away, look at the difference. So for some of the previous mixes I've showed you, like the Mega Carp Method mix, that doesn't take water in. Because this is a crumb hemp-based ground bait, it's got lots of biscuit bits in it as well, it takes the water in super quick. And I can literally now, well, I'll just push that through a riddle. I'll show you now. It's a bit like Match Method mix. That's how quick that ground bait is. Make a bit of a mess. I think I've done very well actually mixing these ground baits up. If this was in the back of my van, there'd probably be ground bait everywhere. So stick that through the blue riddle, like that. You can feel the bit of hemp in that. There's some nice big particle hemp in there. Like I said, if you wanted to, you could put some crushed hemp in. If you're going on drains and places like that, then putting crushed hemp in, that is, oh, that coriander, honestly, it's beautiful. And that, look at that. So 2 pints of ground bait to half a pint of water. Absolutely perfect. I can ball that together. 1, 2, 3 squeezes. That's going to get down to the bottom, even though it's not got no soil in it. But if I wanted to make it heavier, I would just have a little bit of molehill in it. Push the molehill through the riddle as well, and then add it to your ground bait. And obviously I can adjust that. If I didn't want it that hard, I might ball in 5 or 6 rock hard like that. And the next 2 or 3, I'll just go once, twice. So that one would go in. Obviously it's not going to go in like a cannonball. That will go down, spread out, make a bit of a cloud going down the river to try and attract fish up into your peg. And obviously the balls you've got on the bottom, which are going to take longer, is out of the bits you're going to be fishing over with your rig. Hopefully the fish will be coming attacking your ground bait on the bottom. That's how my mind sort of works. And fishing for England for 15 years, let me tell you something, there is more to balling in ground bait than what you think. Throwing it in, making some noise, throwing some soft ones over the top to make a cloud, or even potting them in. It's entirely up to you. But there you go. Them 2 ground baits there, black roach and deep water. Absolutely mint ground bait. Lots of development gone into that. Perfect for your river and natural fishing for roach.